Well, hello folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you, and let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up that screen. Aitx, A to the I to the T to the X. That's right. That's what we're going to cover today, and we're going to talk about a couple of things that are pretty interesting. We already know about the no reverse split. That was one of the big concerns I had about this company because it is reaching the end of their authorized shares. Now, Steve Reinhardt's the CEO, is sent out this cryptic tweet, and he discussed it in his update video, that he's talking about no increase in the authorized shares completely, or for at least some period of time. And I don't know how he's going to pull that off. We're going to talk about all that. So let's get into Aitx. So let's get right into the heart of the matter here. They're currently at 4.5 billion shares, 4.53, and they have authorized shares of 5 billion. And we know they're going to sell 400 million shares in order to raise money for their delivery service robots, where they're going to be using the Romeo technology. So they've already discussed that, and he's been in the process of raising money, going from 3.993 billion shares to this 4.53. So they've probably raised, I would guess, around $15 million, right in that neighborhood. We won't know until we see the balance sheet. And of course, we've got the third quarter coming up. And if you'll remember, it goes through February 28th. These quarters are a little bit different than we're used to. And we're going to take a look at the notice they put out. It's going to be a little bit late, but I'm thinking they've raised a pretty good chunk of money. We may not see that until the next report, or unless he tells us. But as you can see, I was thinking they were probably going to have to raise this authorized shares above the 5 billion, given how much they're raising money for these various things. So let's take a look at the first thing, the no reverse split. And as you can see here, they did file, it says the company shall not engage in a reverse stock split of its common stock before January 1st, 2024, unless the company is uplisting to the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange. So that's pretty interesting right there. So they did actually formally put that in writing and filed it. So we don't have to worry about the reverse split. And the reality is, had there been a reverse split, there's not a whole lot you can do other than this. Yeah, that's right. That's about all you can do. When a company reverse splits, you need to get out of the way of that. But like I say, I don't think we're going to have to worry about that so much. And here they filed a form. It says notification of late filing. So I think our third quarter will be coming probably, I think he said in about 5 days. So it's going to be a little bit late, not terribly late. And here's where Steve Reinhardt spoke about this cryptic tweet about how to not necessarily have to raise those authorized shares. So let's take a look at what he said.
Now, yesterday, because I'm recording this on Friday, so yesterday was Thursday, I sent out a cryptic tweet. And I'm going to give you an update on that next week. But it's innovative, and it's for retail. I mean, it's for the company, of course, too. We're all symbiotic. But I do want to build some excitement on it. We're pushing up against the authorized, in whatever, a few months. I've mentioned that I don't want to do an increase in authorized in the short term for sure. And if I could pull this off, then we won't have to, at least for a substantial amount of time. So again, I want the stock to breathe. But we'll do what we can do. So listen, stay tuned for Project S. And that's about all I got, guys.
All right. So I don't have a clue what his plans are on that. I've sat here and I've thought about what this could possibly be. How do you raise money without selling shares? And I know Aitx did an Aitx coin. And I'm sitting here thinking, is he going to put a coin out there? Is it going to be something crypto related? And that's just pure speculation on my part. I don't know what he's going to do, but I just thought about that because I know Aitx has raised some money that way. But, I guess we'll find out this week. It's not like we're going to have to wait a long time on it. Now, the stock itself, as you can see, it is sitting at, and I've been trying to swing trade this thing. I've had a tough time taking a long position because I'm concerned about dilution, and there's been quite a bit of that, as you know. And with dilution, even though my understanding is the revenues are going to be increasing. And I know the quarterly report that is supposed to be coming out in a few days, he's talked about just shy of $1 million in revenue, which would be a big increase from what they've done in the past. So that looks good, and we're hearing positive things about their revenues. But the big deal is with this dilution, I haven't been able to take a long position that I felt comfortable with. But I have been trying to swing trade it. And I tried at 5 cents, and the stock dropped down. And then I sold right here and kind of got most of my money back, took a small loss. And then I bought again. I bought at 2.5, and the stock dropped down to 1.5. So I was down 40%. And it actually did get above 2.5 during the day, intraday. And I sold at 2.7 and took a small, not a small gain. It wasn't really anything to speak of. But I haven't had much success swing trading this stock yet. I'm going to try again. I've got money set aside in my Roth account. That's what I use for swing because of the tax benefits. And if you don't have a Roth, you really should look into it. There's some great videos on YouTube about it, and it's really useful if you're going to do any swing trading. And I'm just waiting for the right opportunity here. The fact there's not going to be a reverse split with this company, that makes me more likely to do something long-term, not at this moment, but at some point. Because I do want to have a long position because I like the sector they're in, I like the company, but I haven't gotten comfortable yet. But that reverse split getting out of the way is very helpful. Now, the outstanding shares, that one's got me a little bit confused, so we'll just have to kind of watch that as we go. But I do like an opportunity to swing trade this because it is capable of running up 100% in a few days. It did it here, it did it here, it did it almost here, at least 50%. So, you know, something like that if I can just time it right, and that's the key. So I'm trying to be more patient with it and watching very closely, and I plan on making some money on this stock. It's going to happen. You know, I've broken even on a couple of attempts, but I'm kind of frustrated with it right now. But at some point, I'm going to catch this just right, and I'm going to make some money with it. Time will tell. But anyway, I am watching it closely. I'm thinking if it did pull down to here, I would probably grab some right here at this 1.5 would be a good spot. But, you know, it's hard to know that it's going to do this again. We'll just have to kind of wait and see. There's just more news coming out all the time on this thing. And catalyst for this could be, you know, that quarterly report could be positive. So it's just hard to say right now. But that's what I've got going on with it. I will swing trade this thing again, though. All right, folks, and that's an update on Aitx. And like I say, we'll just kind of watch this week. Sounds like a lot of information is going to be coming out, the quarterly report, and then also what Steve lets us know about the authorized shares. Going to be pretty interesting. If you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover Aitx. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Give the channel a chance. I'd certainly appreciate it. And I hope you did like the content. And we'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal Investor.